sisi kiti. But style I'll be no. We be free say no na uti no. But na, you know, Ghana and home still. I'm just trying to get my reggae content packed enough to be able to be on some of these reggae tours aside from Afrobeat, because I have the content for it and I have the ability for it and I'm a performer. So then I'm trying to beef up my reggae content and then have that to answer for that, you know.
Speaking of performance, you've been built to perform with Daddy Lumba and Kojonji.
Yeah.
African legends.
Yeah. I couldn't sleep when I heard that, because
wow.
Growing up, I have revered these two legends. And these two legends are still active. And I have come of age as an artist to be billed as the only one among these two. I mean to perform with these two on the same platform. It's not an easy thing to come by as a young artist, and I would embrace it with all vim and go on there and represent and show to the world why I deserve to be on that bill, even though I see it as too early a bill to be on for me, because of how far I see, how far I've seen Lumba and Kojonji from reach. You know, I have grown up listening to them. I have observed their careers develop, those two and Amachidede. And because they are of live music background, they give me the surety that we're not retiring anytime soon, because we do timeless music and you create a timeless brand that doesn't have to thrive on necessarily the hit song of the day. It's more of your craft and your showmanship and when you're needed for that. Yeah, so that's where we're developing too. So I find myself more than honored to be on this bill, and going forward it's going to be stamped in my mind that I have to shoot even higher.
When the first call came that you got to be on the bill, did you ask yourself why? No, I didn't ask myself why. I just realized I had earned it, but I was like, wow, it actually has happened. It has gotten to that. Because I remember the first time I was on tour with Kojonji, that was in 2001 when I had featured on Mary Japon's. You were very young at the time.
Yeah, I was youth. I had just come out of, high school, and I got the chance to feature on Mary Japon's single. So she was performing on that tour, because she was a backup vocalist for Kojonji, as well as she had hit singles out. So she was on tour, and I had to come and perform the song I did with her, and then also perform the live version of the song she did with Sonny Bali. So I was on there doing the raga for Mary Japan, and I got to observe how serious Kojonji is when it comes to his sound and his music and his show, and how there is no space for loose guard. I saw that and I picked that up and I put it in my pocket. That if I get a chance to be on myself, on my own, and own a band, I'm gonna at least look for perfection, not in the rude way, but make sure that I get the thing tight enough before I go on stage. So it will be amazing to be on stage with these two, to get the blessing even deeper. Do
you have any plans of working with them?
I wish.
Have you made any approach yet?
I have a track with Lumba. Lumba has featured me, Daddy Lumba.
Yeah. Azar, baby. Okay.
He featured me a few years back. I haven't gotten the honor to be on Kojonji's song yet, but I will be more than happy.
No, would you want to? No,
I would want to feature the both of them if I got the chance, because Ghana hasn't heard the both of them on the same track before. But
would you want to put them both on one song?
Yeah, if I got the chance.
Would that be too much?
That would be too much. But on the other hand, once I've gotten to be on the same bill with them now, the personal vibe will be even deeper. So now in the next step, I can reach out to Daddy and say, and I know they will wholeheartedly do it, because I just know. So watch out for a collabo between myself and Kojonji, and then myself and Daddy Lumba.
Okay, so separately. Oh, that'll be nice. Hits 103.9 FM. I'm talking to the rain god, Samini.
sipping on his Cowbell Gold. Look, guys, you also need Cowbell Gold if you're out there. Wagwan. What product play? Which one to use with that? Cowbell Gold. Sadiq, speak to the mic. Why you stop me in the middle of talking about Cowbell Gold?
Cowbell Gold.
So Samini is sipping on his Cowbell Gold. You need Cowbell Gold too. You need it as you step out to enjoy the breeze this afternoon. Enjoy life to the fullest if you want to be a
First.
yeah.
Cowbell Gold will sponsor the Kifi to the Samini first.
Why not? Yeah, I know Shine. Shine is a very understanding human, and when you speak to him, we sat here and spoke about Cowbell Gold sponsoring sports. Now they're sponsoring sports.
Y'all done and then made a follow up.
Sure, why not? Why not? So Samini link up.
Alum day.
Yeah, man. Alum
That's the
man.
way you make us.
Another back.
Sadiq make us start the soccer thing with some different things. Because the first time, I know say cameras they around. And I know say job with it.
Yeah.
So me myself, I say I want hot drink. Now I see the cup. I say, okay, this is a well-branded cup.
Okay.
How am I gonna sip this thing? Okay, this is not TV, but that's live on the internet.
Yeah, man.
So I did the test. I said, all right, let me just sip it. And just when I lifted the cup, he goes,
Cowbell
yes, I mean, he's just sipping his Cowbell Gold. I'm like, how much did these people give this guy?
Sure, they're sponsoring.
Hey, you wait, as I lift the cup,
you know, this thing now.
I say,
Yeah, man.
So we say Charlie, they to the for follow up.
Yeah, man.
As Samini give them.
No, link up, man. Let's link up now. Cowbell Gold,
Yeah, man.
beautiful brand. So guys, Samini is sipping on his Cowbell Gold. Samini Fest. So where the Samini Fest? How far? Do you have government support yet?
We don't have government support, but we have the support of the people, and we have a few corporate affiliations who always come on board with us.
Oh, nice.
And doors are always open for new corporate affiliations.
Like Cowbell Gold.
Exactly. And the likes. So we took a break last year because we had done a few years in a row and we wanted to, go back to the drawing board and come back harder.
So last year you couldn't do it.
That last year we didn't do Samini Fest, so I'm coming back this year with the festival and then an album to grace the whole occasion.
I doubt it if you ever come back here before the album or after the album release. So what does it take to be on that program, Samini Fest?
Well, it's a musical platform, so it's my day to play as many songs of mine on stage as possible for my fans to have too much of me so they can't have any more. And then it's a platform as well for Ghanaian artists who want to showcase their talent and showcase their art forms so that the world will see them. Then also, I always get the chance to invite my fellow friends in the industry who, if they are available, pass through and make it even more blessed. Yeah.
I see. But there's something I don't really like about you lately. When I come to your performances, you only perform the songs you've performed over and over again. Once in a while, just throwing just one new song, probably at the beginning or at the middle somewhere. But for me, for instance, if I like you, I like your songs, and so I may grab an album. Now, I'm very sure that your ardent fans or your ardent listeners may listen to track 1 to track 18, and you don't perform any of the songs from the new album. How do you expect me to survive? So why do you do that? I just don't know why. It's almost the same songs you perform over and over again. Is it because you don't have enough, or is it because you are scared that when you perform, the people may not jump to it?
If you followed international performers across and you've watched their craft, you usually have a list of songs that have to always be performed because that's what the fans come out for. That's what they know you for. These have become traditional songs that's what they celebrate you with. So you can't have your concert and not perform these songs. But when you come to Samini Fest, yes, of course, I stretch it, I extend it, and play songs that you won't hear on radio regularly. So the fans that come out to my concert, they know that they get the chance to hear that. But if I'm billed to perform at an event where other artists are coming, it's always, key that you shortlist and play relevant music for people to know what's going on. Then they can just, get on with life. If you come and trying to introduce new stuff to people at the wrong time, then you become a dull performer. So all of these things we put in consideration when we're mounting the stage.
Now, recently I heard that, is it Mandela 100? Mandela 100. There was a concert in South Africa that features Jay-Z, Beyonce. This morning I even heard that they've added Ed Sheeran and the rest onto it, Dibanj and the rest. Unfortunately, there's no Ghanaian on the program. And then I heard that you have been selected to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Why? Why Samini?
I got the call up, so I believe it was earned genuinely. So I'm just honored to be called upon to be a part of this, because Nelson Mandela represents a huge force across the continent. So on his 100th year celebration, should he have been alive, I am more than privileged to be the only Ghanaian artist, at least, to be invited to be a part of the whole celebration. We're not there as just, we're there to be a part of the celebration and then facilitate other things that will move Africa forward, going forward. So this is an affiliation that my announcement and the event is just the beginning of a lot more that I'm doing with this whole call-up. Yeah.
So are you going to perform?
I'm not there in a performance capacity. I'm there to be a part of the event, and then I would give a talk at a certain time, and then I would...
It is as if you don't want to say something.
I don't want to say something just because a lot of other people and a lot of other dignitaries from Ghana have been invited.
Okay.
So people will be playing different roles. Yes.
Wow. But let me say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So if that's the case, then it means you are busy working.
Yeah, I never sleep, I never rest, Charlie.
But it appears to the public and other media platforms that you've been sleeping.
Is it?
Yes, I mean, a lot of people think that you've not been that active lately. You've been, Samini, oh yeah, we've not heard of him lately until he came out with the DJ Fast Rhythm. I mean, that's what a lot of people are saying.
Well, a lot of people know will be around your area, because me, they are not here around me. Last time I checked, my last single my first single for my next album made it to the awards and got an award.
True.
And my current single for the album already has some nominations for, certain award platforms. So I am satisfied with what my fans do with my music, and they always appreciate it. And when I want them to come out in their numbers, they do. So I know that I've been working, and to be here on your station right now is all part of the work.
True. Samini is my guest. The Don.
Yeah.
It looks like you want to say something.
Or if you give me the chance to.
Why not? Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Meanwhile, Samini have a new song. Oh, no, wait. Please sit. The in and out things. So, Samini has just released a new song. We'll discuss that. Yes. Sit. Go ahead.
Samini, moving away from your questioning on your new project, I think Andy has done justice to that topic a lot. I saw something on social media, and I said, wow, did Samini say that? I just want to get you to clarify or confirm whether it's true or not. Saying that, Shatawale is using his football age right now to deceive people, but it's an old dog. Like it's been around, like, that. Did you say that? And if you did, could you enlighten us on the reasons why you feel that he's older than how he's trying to let Ghanaians know?
As at September 2018, I'm talking between 16 to 18 tracks on that reggae album. So, yeah, that's what we'll be trying to push. So,
Samini,
punchline.
I'll go back to Loud City Music, 3-time Grammy nominated producers. They are the ones that are working on this album.
Wow, Loud City Music.
Yeah, so
they're huge.
Yeah. They've worked with everybody. The 2 white boys that play reggae
like mad.
Yeah. So.
Can you pay them?
Well, if I couldn't, I wouldn't be working with Loud City. And big up to Dynamic from Sudan. I met
South
him
Sudan.
From South Sudan. Yes, I met him in Seattle for Madaraka Festival some 2 years ago, and then he introduced me to Loud City Studios. We did a single, myself, him, and Gappy Ranks on that day, and then Loud City kind of liked my vibe. And around that time, I had just started my reggae album, so I told them, all right, my next project is a reggae album, and I want to do it with you guys. They're like, why not? Let's do this. So they checked my vibe, and they're like, yo, we even want to be more a part of this project.
Wow.
Yeah, because we like what we're hearing, and they even push for me to be the only vocalist on that album.
Wow.
So they don't want to hear no features or nothing. They want to do something with just me.
So this means this album has no feature.
I don't have anybody on it yet, but I am very, very hopeful to have at least Rocky Dawuni on it.
Okay.
I want to do Rocky Dawuni and Black Prophet if I get that together before the album is done. But if those singles don't come on the album, I'm still gonna put those out.
What about your boy, Stone Boy? He is doing very well, very, very well. Top skanker. Nanyama. So no, what about him? Why are you not getting him on the album yet?
Oh, I mean, Stone Boy is doing his thing and he's doing quite well. Like I said, the album has no space for features, and I'm not the type of artist that needs features to make my album work.
True.
So I usually do most of the work. I rather need to be on other people's albums to, do whatever I need to do there. But my project is usually self-consumed before anybody else will get a chance on there. Yeah.
Well, why do you have the impression some irresponsible blogger may twist this particular thing? You know, he made a point that it doesn't have, space for features, and he explained, but it needs to be out there that he's explained, though, so that nobody will put out something and says, "Oh, Samini says there's no space," because it's in response to the question on Stoneboy. So
thank you.
Let it go out there that Charlie has clarified it.
Yeah. Me and Stoneboy are beyond singles and tracks. We're family, so we vibe like that. We don't have to depend on each other's musical success to blow. We depend on vibe. Yeah.
Now, Samini, since you don't want to talk about extra issues, let me zoom down to your new project. Yeah, I think that's what you need. Now, can you promise us about the fact that you may have about 3 songs running on it? Because normally getting singles to run is quite very easy. A lot of the guys are doing it. But to show that you are Samini, you were there before them, can you just hint us as to whether you could be confident that you could get about 3 tracks or more running at the same time, so that would spring you back into the limelight, like, yeah, you're going to be #1? Because with 3-4 songs of the album moving, clearly you're going to be a showstopper.
I'm still a showstopper. Nobody has shown me anything yet. I'm still the showstopper. I'll tell you that today, tomorrow, and forever. I am still the showstopper. That aside, we're working on more.
I love his vibes and his confidence when it comes to stage.
We're working on more content to add to what we have already. And I can tell you that if I was tempted to release some of the tracks I have for the album, I can tell you if I drop 3 tracks off the album today, all of them will be bangers.
Wow.
Straight.
Wow.
I can tell you that for a fact.
Charlie, then we are about to expect some revolution from Samini.
Samini's album.
It's not a revolution because I've always been here.
Yo, hey, don't be joking.
Samini's
disagree, but he's telling you.
Samini's album.
Yeah.
Can I say it?
No, please.
No, if he gives me the permission to say it, I will. But he says no, so I won't. Yeah, Frankie. Okay, sorry. Sunny,
For me, the decision to actually focus on a very big genre. Reggae is one of the biggest genres across the world. There's a huge reggae market out there beyond Jamaica and the places across Asia and all of that. The decision to actually focus on create a reggae album targeting that huge market is a laudable one. But then it brings my mind to the decisions or the insights that inform talents to go in a particular direction. I don't know what informed this one to really want to focus on targeting that reggae market. You know, what are the insights? What are the things that you considered before you decided, well, this is the direction I need to go?
Okay.
Yeah, I think he answered that already.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I mean, I've been greatly influenced by reggae throughout my career, and I have always had some reggae songs on my albums. So I told myself that I was going to give my fans a reggae album, and that was going to be my 7th studio album. So I'm working on my 7th studio album, and it only makes sense that it's a reggae project. So reggae for now.
We've heard the likes of Rexomar saying that Ghanaians don't have identity so far as their music is concerned. We want to be more Catholic than the Pope. It's like we're singing reggae dance hall, and we expect to excel in it. We expect to be recognized for that. Meanwhile, the custodians of reggae are there. What will you say in response to this?
I think that reggae music is black music, and I'm a black person finding myself coming from this part of the world that is conversant with reggae music, and I'm able to do it. So when you find yourself able to do something, some sort of creativity, you don't limit yourself to where you come from. You create and then add where you come from to what you're creating. So if I'm sorry that I came from the reggae direction, if that makes somebody from High Life feel a type of way, but I don't leave Ghana out of my reggae. That I don't do. So,
but will you give us an identity? Do you think we can
I have songs on
identity
I have songs
out
on
of
the reggae album that are purely tree. You know, purely tree from top to end.
That's identifiable.
You know, I have songs that are purely Dagati. That is on the reggae album. You know, that you'll be listening to the song and you think you're listening to a language from a different country unless you understand Dagati. But this is me representing where my parents come from, even though I wasn't born and raised there. But I'm lucky enough to be taught how to speak it, so every time I throw some of it in there. But this time on this album, because it's a reggae album, I want to have certain things featured on there. So there's a purely Dagati track that's going to be on that album.
So do you think it's a very unfortunate statement coming from Rexomar?
I wouldn't endorse your words.
What is that? Unfortunate.
Yes.
Oh,
say
I don't think it's a strong word.
Yes, but well, your
that's your
definition
word.
of
That's
strength
his word.
or strong is different from mine. I wouldn't say it's an unfortunate statement. I would say it's his opinion.
Exactly.
And it's laudable that we are Ghanaian enough.
You go for the industry. You go for the industry.
Guess we just tweeted. Ludwig Jr.
From UK.
Yeah, Ludwig in the UK. Now Ludwig says, Dosty, that's Samini Dagati answer to the door.
Political rough.
Which one that? You give me the first one already.
I'll be like, you'll be like, you can't talk about the Shatawale.
Political rough. Where you look for headlines? Where you look for headlines? Where you look for headlines?
Now listen to this. Now listen to this.
The time this was out. But you see, I've learned something in life. You understand me? So I'm moving on that path, and I believe sometimes don't let us go to Nanado. Let us solve our own. Because Nanado, them are own. They are solving it with money. We are only if the problem we are not even solving. That's what I'm saying. Don't say somebody doesn't want to.
No, he can't
brag
just
like
down there.
they are
For Ghana,
bragging. You see all these artists that come here. I swear, man, let me say something right now here that you don't even understand me. But I want to say. Where have you people put Samini now? I like the way you said, it's a very sad
issue.
Huh?
We relegated him.
Who has relegated him?
See, let's be truthful. Haven't we relegated Samini?
Who has relegated him?
That's probably you haven't.
Everybody leave him.
Wait,
No,
probably
no,
you haven't.
no.
And you need to understand the fact that the industry is very ruthless.
No, please.
The whole
And you say they do for you. You say they do for you. That's why you guys don't allow me to
the whole argument.
Well, can't lie to them. What I tell you?
But aren't we, as an industry, aren't we ruthless?
No.
If you don't,
Listen. That's what I'm talking about.
Was that what you were trying to say?
Yes, because it all looks like, people have all of a sudden forgotten about Samini. And now they are first it used to be Samini, Shatawale. Right now it's Samini, Stoneboy, Samini, Shatawale, Stoneboy. And I sit down and go like, why? You see Samini, he got 100% support from the media. and he loved the media. I'm sure he did some sacrifices for you people. I get what I'm saying. But today, his songs are not being promoted like the way it used to before, because people people hear stories. So say no. But that's what I'm saying, that we shouldn't forget about people like that. That is one guy that Ghana got, and we all were happy with him. Anytime Samini steps on stage, even though those days I was fighting with him, I was saying that no, this guy is really pushing Ghana, and that is what I want us to come together and do and support. I get what I'm saying. Like the way the Don is talking plenty. Samini will come in right now and ask me, Samini, do you have this thing? Do you have the... No, I don't like disclosing my stuff. Only be on Kano. Don't be a hypocrite and do like you don't know that Samini is the hustle. Don't let Sakode come and sit here because he go on top. Yes, no, I bet now no say Abrucheska no. Me na me catch Sakode say Abrucheska no. How many times have you seen me at the travel go outside go play show and things? Because if you want to pay 4,000, 5,000, hey, they shouldn't do that. Because even the Dosty even wants to talk me on the show here, Ghana. He's talking about 200,000, 250. So if you call me in America or someplace, say you won't give me $10,000. What do you mean by $10,000? Take your America.
Daybreak here, quality sweet, great talk, great laughter, music,
Simply entertaining.
Samini.
Yeah.
A 16-track album.
Focus on the album.
Do you think the media has sidelined you?
Nah, I've never had issues with the media, and I must even use this opportunity to say thank you to what the media has done for me throughout these over 15 years of constant relevance every year. I can, I have a track record to prove that I've never gone quiet for over 2 years without you knowing something about me. And if I am today in the middle of an artwork that has Kojointry on one side and Lumba on another side,
And you in the middle.
I don't see how that you end that when media sideline you. You can't get to that level with media sidelining you. So I have never complained about media sidelining me, and I have never felt sidelined by the media. So I think so far so good. I have a wonderful relationship with the media, and I'll keep it like that.
Are your songs still on rotation?
I have the current reggae dancehall song of the year in that genre. So I think we have to just
You're
leave
comfortable.
it at that. Yeah.
Frankie.
Is someone trying to put you against the media? Because clearly he's trying to draw a sharp line between the media and you, saying that we have sidelined you.
People's opinions and what they want to do or are trying to do will be entirely theirs. So if you ask me what somebody is trying to do or whether somebody is trying to do something, that's entirely that person's knowledge, what they will try to do. I wouldn't know what they're trying to do, Mr. Don. I wouldn't know.
I want your opinion on what they are trying to do.
I haven't even sat to think about it, because the focus is 110% on the album, and I have done great by deciding to focus on quality music with substance.
Don't you think you are just sidelining the question? Because you thought about it and thanked the media right on air. So to say you didn't think about it,
I thought about the question that Andy Dosty asked me, and my response was to use the opportunity to thank the media that I haven't had an issue with over the years.
Why did you
And then
my
to
question
clarify that I've never had an issue with the media, so I have never complained about having an issue with the media. I've never felt sidelined by the media, and I don't feel relegated. I don't feel retired. Kojointry is not retired. Daddy Lumba is not retired. Jay-Z is not retired. What has Samini done at 36 for you to want me to retire? I mean, I don't understand.
Is that an answer?
Do you?
No, we're having a conversation.
Yeah. I like that. When people say that, because I've heard it from about 2 or 3 people, they want him to retire. At this time they retire Samini. When you hear those things,
When they hear my age, they are shocked. I was born in 1981, December. Yes, and it is out.
Samini come. I am more Samini. You see, Samini is
I was born in 1981,
coming to fire.
December.
And Dosty,
So
Samini is
I'll
Sadiq.
be 37.
hey,
in
Samini, good morning.
Hey.
Sadiq is pro shatter.
And Samini come, he say manage, go, adjust himself for them. What is this thing about pro shata, pro this, pro that? There's nothing like that. I mean, there's relationships. Me and Samini have had a deeper relationship. Samini is more like an in-law. Even, yeah.
Wow.
We work together, high grade family. Kaki, we all worked on the Kaki thing. Kaki.
Okay, is everything cool?
So you get to be what? So you got, I mean, I'm a problem rather. The best way they say they give $1,000, you know. The best way they say they give $1,000, you know.
So yeah. So when you hear them, yeah, how does it feel? You were about answering that when Mark came.
Yeah, I mean, that like I just said, sometimes it's just you hear them and you brush it off because you know that this is people that don't know what you're about, people that don't know what vision you have and where you see yourself in your field of endeavor. I'm an artist, I'm a performer, and I put 110% in my performance, in my delivery. And you won't do that with your life if you don't depend on what you're doing to survive. Music is my first paycheck before I got to do anything else. And I believe that as music still pays me in 2018, I am here to do music, and music can guarantee me my livelihood.
Are you a member of Gamro?
Not a registered member, but it's something that I'm looking at doing. I have had a few calls from Gamro, but I need to have my paperwork solid before I even try and access anything that's, you know, due me.
So all this while you don't take royalties, you don't get
not locally.
Oh, but you have international. Oh, okay. Yes. But how does it feel not being a member of the Ghana Music Rights Organization?
It's something that I would encourage every artist to be a member of, because I have decided to join, but I haven't picked my form yet. But if you don't belong to a collecting society, you can't claim your royalties. You have to belong to a collecting society. Even America, ASCAP, that I belong to. If you're an American artist that is a creative person that doesn't belong to ASCAP, when ASCAP is sharing money to creative people, you won't get some because you are not a registered member. So if an artist is complaining, if I, for instance, I'm complaining to Gamro or about Gamro and I'm not a Gamro member, that's my first loose guard. Because then how am I gonna be, dealt with as an official person? How are things gonna be tabulated and calculated? How is it gonna be official? You have to be a member. So in that sense, I will definitely be a member of Gamro, and I will look into how to get my royalties. So if I'm not getting a bulk now, by the next 15 to 20 years, Ghana would have a system that my children will be chopping money from my own and Obidowa and things, just because there's a system that pays money anytime that content is used anywhere else across the country.
Frankie, you've not spoken.
Proud to be a brand ambassador for Gamro.
Yes, why not? Yes.
Please, you're on record.
Yes, I would represent
Please, we will definitely forward.
Ghana royalty collecting. An outfit that represents collecting royalties on behalf of artists. If you put me as the face of it, or as an ambassador, to let people know how important it is to register and access your royalties, and how important it would be for you and your family in the next 50 years. Why not? I'm doing this for myself and everybody else. So yes, I would take it. And if it comes with good appreciation for my time and energy. Why not?
For me, I mean, I'm really glad and appreciate Samini's depth of knowledge in industry and the things that needs to be done in the background and all of that. And I think that we have to use him as an example to drum home the message to artists, top artists today and everything, that are not really in touch with the realities of the industry. You know, to get him to really understand what goes on, the issues of royalties, IP. Samini speaks about it effortlessly, and it's very obvious that he's got the knowledge of the workings of this. Of course, I mean, what else should somebody expect after so many years of doing this? But it's important that we need to use him as an example to all the talents that are coming up and all those that are flying high today, that you need to get involved and understand the industry in the ways it works.
Frank, you've not spoken.
I'm just enjoying his oratory. I mean, he speaks very well. He's very confident. I've been watching him for years, and this is one product we have in this country that you can use for anything. He's very attractive to corporate market. You can just use this young man Samini for anything and it to be profitable. What else do we need as a country? What else do we need? This man alone, if you put the entire Ghana on his head, can sell it to the outside world. What else do we need? He's a complete example of a 360, a holistic artist.
360 package.
You know, and I'll say, you know, I commend him for his good job and his focus. Now I'm listening to him quietly and listen to when he speaks. You need to take your time to pick the bits and pieces of words to understand him. He speaks sense. Listen, he one thing I've picked from him is he wants to do refined music. You know, he wants to place value. He respects music, if I should put it. You know, having to travel all the way to go and get 3-time Grammy Award winners to work on a reggae album is not a joke. It means he's grown, and mentioning the likes of Kojo Entry should tell you that the man is paying attention to music. He respects music. He doesn't just throw it at your face. You know, so when you consume it, you can be satisfied and gulp in some water. I respect his arts and everything is doing. But the only thing I would like to ask, you see, he picks young guys and they blow up. That's a good sign of a leader.
A star maker.
You know? And so I would like to encourage him not to stop. Because he picked Stoneboy. Look at Stoneboy. He picked that young man, what's his name? Kofi Kinata. Look at Kofi Kinata. Who are you carrying along now? Don't stop it. Don't stop it, because it looks like you've got good hands. When you place your hands on the young ones, you steady and you pick and you place your hands on
now
them.
Now you speak to Diombo actually.
Yeah, it becomes a blessing.
So interestingly, he still vibes with Kofi Kinata. I've been in a meeting with him was it last week? Last week. I was in a meeting with him and he invited Kofi Kinata to sit in the meeting and I was like, why? Yes, this is an opportunity. Why do you invite them? I mean, when it comes to such meetings.
You know, I have a special bond with these guys that I work with. We become family before they break off. Everybody have their personal way of life, personal ways of doing things. But we have a special bond as a family that never, you know, spoils. So if I'm doing something that I need honest opinions from people, these are the kind of people that I get together. So that's why you saw Kofi there. Kofi will tell me as it is. Kofi will complain to me about something and say it as it is and how he actually feels, so that I can do what I need to do the way I have to. So people like that, you have to hold them high.
Andy, let me conclude. I'll just conclude by saying, see, in Ghana, we are fond of retiring people. Let's stop this attitude. Yesterday, I was with Don on Joy Prime TV, and I was saying that, listen, maybe we might have to backdate our status to before independence and see what the British put in our heads to kill us this way, that we do not think good of our own people. Why? Why is it so? Why would you retire such a young age with such good talent? Why would you use your mouth to say such evil stuff? You see, you go to, and we always compare, whether you like it or not, go to Nigeria now. Look at who Two-Face is to the music industry and the young ones coming up. This man right here, we should have people bowing down to him here at the entrance of my multimedia.
Two-Face was on the same platform with him when we first saw him.
Do you understand? Yes. Do you understand? This man, when we're all sleeping, woke up to Mobile Awards 2006. True. What are you talking about? Now, we think he's not important.
Which is cause it. So
Let's play
has always made this argument to me concerning this industry here. We raise people up. Yeah. And after a while, after raising people up, so yeah, bro, they will bring them down.
Do you know what I mean? So we are always like struggling and like we are running, but it looks like we are walking every time. Why? Because we do not have a complete good mindset about our own people. One man young here. So let's stop this attitude and push where whoever deserves that favor. Let's pray and add that favor to the person to sell Ghana. Let's stop this attitude.
Thank you very much. Well spoken, Frankie 5. Now, Samini, do you think there is unity in our music, in our industry here in Ghana?
I think there is absolute unity among the new crop of artists. I see that. I saw Reggie comment that. And I was happy that someone else has also seen that and actually gone to the extent of talking about it on social media. Reggie said, big up to the young ones coming, and he loves the way they work together. and they shouldn't watch and emulate what's happening up there and try and separate, because it's not so unified up there. I can say that for a fact. But I can't blame anybody, because I am not the paddy kind of guy. I like to hold my corner, mind my business. And most of these guys on top now, I don't remember them from when I came, so I don't have to be their friend. But for those guys that are doing it together now, coming up, I see some serious cohesion. I see Kwame Eugene, Kiddy, I see Kim Promise under the same roof, and the kind of vibe that you would see among people that should be seen as competitors is priceless. But when we were coming up, it was seen more of an ego trip, and you have to always be careful of who sounds like you or who vibes like you, and make sure you try and outdo him or outshine him or bring him to understand that you are the best kind of. I don't see that among these ones coming, and it's a lovely thing that they should keep up, because that's gonna now trickle down to the generation that's gonna be looking up to them.
Now, I want you to take a listen to this, something that happened yesterday.
Awale says